might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is.
Welcome back to Love 101 Media, where our goal is to open the conversations between people about love and healthy relationships. I am Najieb, and I'm here with Beszel and Atiya. We're going to read Chapter 9, Love is Freedom. And we are joined by the Bean! Now you're
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, welcome. Yes, so once again, let's begin. Welcome to Love 101 Media, where our goal is to open the conversation about love and healthy relationships. I am joined here on our Love is Not a Game series with Beszel, Atiya, and the Bean. So please introduce yourselves however you like, starting ladies first. So Atiya, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Atiya. That's basically it.
Hi, I'm Arazel, aka the Bean.
The Bean!
My name is Beszel, and this is my brother. We train and do multiple things together, so we're just coming to do one of the many things that we I give feedback. So, one of the many things that we usually do, which is one of the most important things, which is remembering love, remembering the truth. So, we're here. Arazel, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Right. Well, I'm glad to be remembering the truth with you all again today. And today we are reading in Chapter 9 of Love is Not a Game. If you are not able or willing to read, that is fine at any time. I am just loading it up so you can read it on your device, so you don't have to have a separate device.
Nice.
And we will go in the order of ladies first. So Atiya, Arazel, Bud, and then myself. And are you able to read, Arazel, or do you need some time?
I can see what you have here on the screen, so I can follow along with you.
Okay, great. So whenever you're ready, Atiya, we will all go on mute. So we'll go on mute whenever someone's reading, and when we have something to share or ask or whatever, then we just come over. So going on mute. Atiya, you're up.
Here we are. I'm unmuted. Chapter 9, Love is Freedom. You are free. Always do what you want to do, and don't do what you don't want to do. Leave grown folks alone.
Leave
Love
them
is freedom.
alone!
It's okay. It's fine. What is the statement of freedom? Do what you want to do, and don't do what you don't want to do. Simple. Do what you want to do, and don't do what you don't want to do. This is freedom. Applying this idea to your life and relationship will save you a lot of time. We are going to talk about freedom. Okay, I lost where I was when you moved. Okay, we're going to talk about freedom in this chapter. First, let's look at the psyches of the program. If the content of the love, okay, it's in the content of love is freedom. What is the content of the program? Imprisonment. You are free, which means that everything you do because you want to do it. If you do something you don't fully want to do, you will experience a sense of strain. Do you ever wonder why you feel hesitant when accepting gifts from certain people? When someone calls you, why do you feel an obligation to call them back? Why do you feel you need to call them within a particular time frame? Why is there so much resistance here? The reason you feel resistance is because you are free. And these are expressions of imprisonment. Experiencing a strain and imprisonment are the result of following the program. What does the program teach? The program teaches that everything you do so that you can get something in return. The motivation for doing anything is because you want to get something in return for it. This never works.
Okay, pause. Thank you for that, Atiya. I want to be clear and say that the relationships we're talking about here are free relationships between two consenting adult people who are not in a business transaction with each other. Because in a business transactional relationship, yes, there's always giving to get, or there's an agreement where, I'm going to buy your product for this amount of money, or we're going to meet at this time, or whatever the thing is. When there's a relationship that's not transactional, meaning free, meaning that's why love is freedom, then there is no getting in imprisonment there. It's all about choice. So I just want to make that clear because that's important. And Arazel, whenever you're ready, you are here at imprisonment in relationships.
Alrighty, I am ready. Imprisonment in relationships, reciprocity and expectations, transactions and bargains. Program principle. Have expectations, especially silent expectations.
Can we pause right there and talk about that? And what do y'all think of some like silent expectations that come up in relationships?
Oh, if you love me, you will always make time for me when I want you to.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Okay. That's heavy enough. We can move on. Continue. Here come another program principle for you.
Oh, Lord. Program principle. The only reason to do anything is to get something in return for doing it. How does the program imprison? When the program gives you anything, it expects something in return. Everything that comes from the program has a cost attached to it, which means it tries to place you in debt to it. When you choose to accept what the program gives you, you place yourself in debt to it. How does this work? Silent expectations. Again, whenever the program gives, it expects something in return. It doesn't always say that it's expecting anything in return, but it is. This silent expectation places unbearable strain on you both. How do you know it's expecting something from you if it doesn't say so? You know because if you don't give it something it wants in return, it will be disappointed and it will blame you for how it feels. This is debt and imprisonment. In a word, attack.
Attack! Yes, we've all been there.
Yes.
Bud, you're up when you're ready. If you're reading, I don't know why, but I can't hear you actually.
There you go.
That's it.
Truth principle. Expectations equal attack. Here are some examples of how the program uses neutral things to attack and imprison you. Giving
So
to get.
for this clarity chart, can you and Atiya go back and forth? So with that, so you can read like pay for dinner, and I mean you can read the give side, and Atiya, you can read the get side.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So give. Pay for dinner.
So you can get them to pay next time.
Take them out this time.
So you can get them to take you out next time.
Give them a kiss.
So you can get a kiss.
Give them a hug.
So you can get a hug.
Send them a text.
So you can get a response.
Call them and leave a message.
So you can get them to call you back.
Express your dissatisfaction and anger with them.
So you can get them to change.
Express your feelings.
So you can get their validation.
Spend time with them.
So you can get them to spend time with you.
What are these? These are all expressions of imprisonment and attack. Whenever you do something with the expectations of anything in return, even a thank you, you are attacking and imprisoning your partner and yourself.
Indeed.
So go back up real quick, bud. See something? I actually have the bug. I put it up. Go up. Up, up, up. Go up one more time. Okay. Expectations equal attack.
Speak on it, Minister.
Minister. What do you mean? Just a man from the Bronx. No, this is interesting. No, this is fine. This is fine. I just wanted to see something because this is only in for relationships, right? Because giving is also asking, right? Doesn't necessarily mean giving to get.
Yeah, this.
But we're talking about one aspect of it in terms of the program, right? The ego.
Yeah. This is all about the program. How the program uses it.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Nah, that's my brain was like, something's not. I got it. No, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, because we have to cover both love's thought system and the program or the ego. So this whole chart is about the ego. Like if you're paying for dinner so you can get them to pay next time, that's an attack, rather than you paying for dinner because you want to, and that's the end of it. That was what love would do, and love doesn't get, love receives. So it gives and receives. It doesn't try to get and take.
So yeah, you paying for dinner is not so you can get them to pay next time. You're paying for dinner because you generally want to. It doesn't take anything away from you. It's not sacrifice. But just because you exist, you deserve to. Because you exist, you're entitled to everything. So when you give and you pay for this dinner, later on somebody else will pay and take you out for dinner. So just like that, not because it's just the law of it's just the law of the world. It's just the law of the universe. So you're being taken care of anyway. So there is no loss.
How about that? And it doesn't mean that the same person that you paid for their dinner is going to be the one that pays for your dinner.
Exactly. Right. Right. And that's because you're not limited into form, which is what we read previously. Because it's not based on form, you'll get it however it is that it's best appropriate for you at said time to receive.
Yeah, exactly. And can you say something, please, the Bean? Because you're saying a lot with your hands and your face, and I know you have something to say. I would like to.
Oh, I did that on purpose. I left myself muted. I was just in concurrence.
Oh, okay.
Like especially because that's what I would have added if I would have spoke was that like it is limiting yourself and not recognizing the abundance of what is being given already there for you. So it's like, oh, it has to come in return in this form from this particular place. Then you're already cutting yourself off from all the other sources.
Agreed. All right. So let's continue. So you read that one, so I'm going to read this one. So we talked about the program, giving to get. Now let's talk about love. Love gifts. Free to give and free to receive. What is a gift? A gift is something that is freely given and freely received. Like all of us gathered here today. We are freely giving our time and energy and attention, and it's being received. And I appreciate it very much. Love gives gifts, not expectations. Love gives freely, not to get. Love does not give someone a gift and then tell them how to receive the gift or even to receive it at all. Remember that toaster I got you? Did you make the toast? I want to see a picture. Did you not post the toast on Instagram? You must have burned the toast. What? You didn't make toast? Give me my toaster back. Tired.
You don't want this. That's because I really want to give it to somebody else to begin with. Never really wanted to give it to you. I felt guilty, so that's why I gave it to you.
I know, because it was your birthday, and I had to give you something. So I just went in my closet and found this gift. Exactly.
Hogging me. Oh, you gonna give me something for my birthday? Oh, yeah. You know what? Here, I'm gonna take my last $60 and get you a toaster. Okay, and you better use it. Okay, because I don't like you that much. If you're not gonna use it, give it back to me right now, so I give it to somebody else. So I never wanted to give it to you anyway.
My Lord, I used my last dollars to buy toilet paper, so I can't even make any toast.
Damn.
Anyway,
Free the toast, man. Free the toast.
you know, gotta say, and since we're talking about this, gotta tell a quick funny story about you know, the bread that landed the wrong side up. So what happened is, there was a little village of people, and everybody knows. So the premise of the story is that everybody knows that when you make some bread and toast and you butter it or put your whatever you want on it, you can put jam, butter, it doesn't matter. Then you know that if you happen to drop the toast, it's always going to drop the wrong way, like buttered side down. Let's just use butter, buttered side down, and just make a whole mess of everything. So what happens is this individual toasted his bread, he put the butter on it, and he fumbled, he dropped it, and to his surprise, it landed buttered side up. And he's like, oh, this must be a miracle. I don't know what to do. So he started telling his friends and everybody in the town. He's like, I dropped this bread in the morning. It just fell buttered side up. I don't know what to make of this. So everybody started gossiping and talking amongst themselves like, we don't know. So they called for the wise man of the town, and they told him the situation. And they were like, what happened? So he said, wait, everyone, give me one night and one day to meditate on this. I must consult the article, right?
I was like my uncle.
So he took the day and he took the night, and everybody gathered around the village square the next day, or the village circle, if you may. And he said everybody was very, very, very on the edge of their seats about what the answer was, about why this bread fell buttered side up. And he said, listen, I have answers. I know why this happened. It is not that the bread fell incorrectly. What happened was that the butter was put on the wrong side. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, that's my story that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here today. So continuing. So if they're if they are free to choose to receive it, love will not tell them what to do with it after they receive it. The gift is theirs now, and they do what they want to do with it. Reciprocity. Your business is your business. Let me stop. It's hard for me to read my own words because I don't know. My reading goes out the window. Reciprocity now. Your relationship is not a business transaction. The program teaches that reciprocity is love. Well, guess what? Reciprocity is not love. Reciprocity is a game. In games, you keep score. Love does not keep score. So if we go back to page 1, here we have the principles of love in games. In the principles of games, we have a scoreboard. Keep score, earn points when you score based on what you do. Principles of love, there's no scoreboard. You don't keep score, there are no points to earn. Every expression of love is maximal. All right, going back. So reciprocity says, I do for you, you do for me. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. So if I ask you to do something, or I ask you for something, you're supposed to give it to me. You owe me. Love says, I'm free and so are you. I do what I want to do, and I don't do what I don't want to do. If you ask me to scratch your back and I want to scratch your back, I'll be happy to do it. I consider it my gift to you. I expect nothing in return. You owe me nothing. If you want to scratch my back, please do. I'm happy to receive it. I know it is your gift to me because you also do what you want to do. It's what you want to do. You're expecting nothing in return because I don't owe you anything. We are free to do what we want to do. Now, Atiya, it's your turn, and we are on the beauty and freedom.
I have the beauty and freedom. Choosing to love each and every time. Here is the beauty in being free and being with someone who is yeah, the
Can
little
you
screen
read that, or do I need to scroll over?
the little screen. Okay, yeah, the little screen. My little screen in the side was covering free. Okay. Here's the beauty in being free and being free with someone who is free. The beauty is, you know that you could be doing absolutely anything you want to do, and all of those things you choose to be with them. You also know that they could be doing absolutely nothing and they choose to be with you. Anything for you. Okay. Oh. You don't have to be with them and they don't have to be with you. You are not cellmates in prison. You choose to be together each and every time. You don't have to love them and they don't have to love you. You choose to love each other each and every time. You don't owe them anything and they don't owe you anything. Yet you choose to gift each other with attention, affection, adoration, and appreciation. On the other hand, how would you like to be with someone who was with you only because they were afraid of what will happen if they were not? So someone who got you as a gift only because they were afraid of what will happen if they didn't. This is guilt, which is an expression of fear. Guilt is imprisonment. If you feel guilty about something, don't do it. Love is freedom. Love is beautiful. Therefore, freedom is beautiful. I'm gonna just put my glasses on now so we can get this together, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop denying it.
Had to make it a little smaller so you could see the whole screen. But you did well, I must say. And Arazel is the bouncing bean all over the place. So if you're able to, if not, we can skip.
Oh no, I could do it.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Exercise, calling and texting. Don't be a call me back person. What is the purpose of this exercise? The purpose of this exercise is to use your phone interactions with your partner as a reminder that you are both free. This is a simple ongoing exercise you can do with your partner to help support each other's freedom and deprogram some common expectations that come up in relationships around phones. Texting with love. Text when you want to. If you text your partner, only text them when you want to text them. Don't text them back just because they sent you a text first, unless you want to text them. Don't expect them to text you back within a particular time frame. Know that they will text you when they want to. Calling with love. Don't be a call me back person. If you call your partner, you call them because you want to speak to them. If they don't answer when you called, they are unavailable. Choose to leave them a message or don't leave them a message. Do what you want. If you choose to leave a message, tell them you'll talk to them later. Do not tell them to call me back when you get the message. Why not? Because your relationship is not a business and your partner's phone is not a customer service hotline. That's why. If
Thank
you're
you.
not in a business relationship, your partner doesn't owe you anything, including a call back. They call you when they want to. Even if they saw your caller ID and ignored it, they can do that too. Why? Because they are free. That's why. If you really want to talk to them, call them again. I really love that because, especially me being a whole Sag, I'm like all about the freedom. I'm like, yes, free. Yes, I'm just unavailable. I'm not avoiding you. Like, it's okay. Like, sometimes I'm not all there. Sometimes I'm not like present. So, like, trying to be in a call is not like helping anything, so that maybe you can answer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I really appreciate it because I'm like, yes, say it again. Say it again. We're free. We are sovereign beings. We do what we want. Ah,
Well, it sounded refreshing to you. I'm glad. Glad that it was
yes.
refreshing. How many
Yes.
other Sages we got on the line today? I know we got Bud here.
Yes. Sag world.
Yeah, she read my horoscope.
Yes, we went all over it. Didn't you have a Scorpio rising too or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it was good.
So,
Yeah.
technical note before we continue, they're giving us the countdown. I don't know if you can see that. So we got about 7 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, I'll just send y'all the other link and we'll just continue from there. But in the meantime, would you like to continue, Arazel?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. If you really want to talk to them, call them again. Do not be attached to the outcome. If and when they call you, it is because they wanted to. Since you are both expressing freedom, which is love, you should only want to talk to them when they really want to talk to you. If you have set the goal for love in your relationship, you have nothing to be concerned about. Your relationship is real, and nothing real can be threatened, even by a missed call. Do not put obligations and expectations on your partner to do anything for you. What they do is always their choice. Obligations and expectations cause guilt. Practice with everyone. This exercise can extend into all of your relationships with anyone you talk with on the phone. They do not even have to be aware that you are doing it. Just remember, when you leave a message, don't be a call me back person. Talk to them later. Call them until you reach them. Wait,
All
there
right.
you go. And do what you want to do. Thank you.
All right. And that was it. So yes. So the last thing we read was practice this with everyone. This exercise can extend into all your relationships with anyone you talk with on the phone. They don't even have to be aware you're doing it. Just remember, when you leave a message, don't be a call me back person. Talk to them later. Call them until you reach them and do what you want to do. So this was a whole calling with love, texting with love thing we were talking about. And yeah, Atiya, anything you want to share about that whole passage?
I mean, I felt like y'all was reading to me for the first half, and then I had to remove myself, and not really in this. It's just the sense of like sometimes you find yourself, like I was saying earlier, in that space where you have to like check yourself, like, okay, was that coming from love? No, not really. Okay, he's not, or she, or whatever you're creating in your head is literally what you're creating in your head. And just take a step back from that experience and just be like, okay, cool. When they want to hear from me, I will hear from them. And having that genuine response of like, I genuinely only want to talk to you when you want to talk to me, because forcing it or whatever the case is just creates more tension. So then it just put me in a space of like, okay, like a little silent reminder of just like, okay, yeah, you're right. No, don't be crazy. or you know, just having that conversation with yourself, like, okay, I'm recognizing that I could be in that space every now and then, so what can I do differently? Or okay, how can I address this so that I break that habit?
Yes. Good stuff. Bud, anything you want to add?
Pull the book up and go up. I think it was
All right.
a sentence about concern. Right?
Let's see.
Go up. Go back down. I think it was an exercise, maybe.
Or was it the part about this, where if they do anything?
Yeah, I think it was here. So go down. Yeah, do not be attached to the outcome. That's one, but there's one more. There you go. Stop it right there. Hold it. Hold it. Right there, sir. Don't move.
Don't move, don't cough, don't speak, don't do anything.
That's it. You're immobile right now. Chill out.
Shelter in place on this page.
Drop the anchor. You have nothing to be concerned about. Do you know that's what God tells you all the time, all day, through the day, when you're talking about your lack-based thoughts that you're having there that seep into your mind morning, noon, and night throughout the goddamn day? You have nothing to be concerned about.
Zoom in on that.
Yes, you got to zoom in on that. You have nothing to be concerned about. Again, did you know that you do not have anything to be concerned about? But then
You should get it tattooed on your forehead.
But then somebody says, "Oh yeah, I do. Well, what about this? And what about that? They told me this, but then they did that, and then this is what happened, and that's what happened." Again, you missed it. In case you missed it the first time and the other times. You have nothing to be concerned about. The only thing that's going to get hurt, the only thing that's gonna be attacked is your false identity, which you don't want anyway because it hampers your happiness and your joy. So you don't want that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Your false identification is what blocks you off from all the things that you say you want to begin with. So you have nothing to be concerned about. And if you thought about it that way, you see how many more options you have.
So you mean, what about sometimes though? Do I sometimes have something to be concerned about?
If it's something that you recognize that you're denying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're denying something because you don't want to look at it, like we said previously. Then, and if it keeps showing up, right? The same thing keeps showing up for you in different forms, and you truly want to be healed of it, then okay, now it's a concern for you. Okay, you know what? Why do I keep attracting this kind of person to myself? Why do I keep attracting this situation for myself? Why do I keep attracting lack into my life? Okay, then it's something for you to look at. The problem with freedom, and I want to make this clear because people who are really like, ooh, spiritual, I'm so spiritual, I meditate for 12 hours a day, and I love everybody, and I wouldn't hurt a fly. Anyways, freedom is the essence of your being, right? But you don't know how to use freedom. You haven't been taught how to use freedom accordingly. So you're using your freedom, your power, to hurt yourself. Because you have the freedom to drink whatever, how much alcohol you want, because you have the freedom to smoke how much weed and K2 and I don't know, motherfucking chalk. You can smoke all the stuff that you want to smoke, right? And because you have the freedom to select who you want to talk to and select who you don't want to talk to, is where you start hurting yourself at. This is where it starts to hurt you. Not because it in of itself is hurtful, it's because you don't know how to use it. Your perception is what's hurtful to you about freedom, right? So a person could drink themselves away and then go drive in the car, and then next thing you know, they're going through the window. Freedom. I want freedom. I'm free. I'm free. You're free. Now, yeah, you're really free. Now you're out of here. Your body's gone, and you're back here in a different timeline, or wherever the case is. We're not even going to get into that. But you used it to hurt yourself. Is what I'm saying. So, it comes with being conscious about freedom. That's what true freedom is. It's being conscious about freedom. You're already free. That's given. Everybody in this world is free. That's a given. And you're also free from what other people think about you. That's a given. Sometimes we don't remember that, but you're free regardless, because how you respond to it is where your freedom lies, right? Because how you respond to it determines how you feel, right? So how you perceive it determines how you feel. So freedom is something that a lot of people can misinterpret. So I have to give that part of it, that other side of it, that it's about being conscious with your freedom, right? You can, if you have a whole bar at your house, you're going to drink all the liquor in the house, all day, throughout the week, no, you're going to drink it when you want to drink it, because you're conscious about when you want to drink it, okay? So, facts.
Facts, bud.
So
yeah.
That was that. I just had to put that out there.
So freedom is very scary to imprisoned minds, because the only thing they could imagine to do with freedom would be something hurtful to themselves or someone else. So it's like when you say I'm free, it's like, well, you can't do what you want to do. You'll be irresponsible. You would be irresponsible maybe, but again, like you said, being conscious with that freedom is important. Consciously selecting what you're going to do, the thought system you're going to follow. And if you haven't decided on a thought system you're going to follow, then whose thought system you're following by default? The programs, aka the egos, aka fears. So there you go.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So that's great. Well, this is been another episode of our Love is Not a Game series on Love 101 Media. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next time. I'm Najieb, and I was joined today by Beszel, aka Bud, and the Bean who left, and Atiya. So we'll see you next time in chapter 10, which is full appreciation. Take a quick look at that. We're going in part 3, which is relationship matters, and we're going to talk about full appreciation in chapter 10. That's next. Next time.
Yes. Until next time, love yourself, put yourself first, be kind to yourself. Do not attack yourself if you're not already doing these things. That's fine. You're learning how to do it, so you're not going to get it right all the time. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Takes practice, so don't worry. It's fine.
Any other thoughts or remarks you want to say before we close out here?
Be awesome. Be lit. Be yourself. That's it on that. Best way to do it.
All right. Thanks for joining. This has been Love is Not a Game series and Love 101.
Clap along if you feel like a